Hey, good evening, beautiful people. It's yours truly, Tammi B, coming to you with another session of Real Talk with Tammi B and Company, the show where we are recording live so that you amazing people can actively engage in our conversation via the YouTube chat. So, if you are watching via another platform, I invite you to jump on over to YouTube if you have something to say so I can read your comments. And before we get started, I do want to ask if you are not part of our community to please join us by subscribing as we are here weekly at 7:30 p.m. Eastern with new content, to which I am always extremely grateful for you amazing people being with us this evening. And it is the third Wednesday of the month. So we are having our Real Men, Real Talk conversation. So our girl, Cola E, the Great, will not be with us. We will have Mr. Shelly Sims. He's running a little bit behind, but we are going to move forward because I have an amazing panel of gentlemen here joining us. Hey, fellas.
Hey, Tammy.
Hey y'all.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
see my little bro Alex done jumped in, although he's all over the place getting it together.
I see you guys Christmas tree up.
Hey, and so guys, our man Troy won't be with us this evening. He's traveling, so we wish him safe travels. He said he's going to try to support via the chat, but if he doesn't, I understand and just know that he is missed. So, gentlemen, Rondi, William, Daryl, Alex, and Mr. William. I'm so happy to have you guys with us. So, listen, for those who don't know, let me tell you guys who Alex is, and then I'm going to backtrack. So, well, hold on. Let me do it this way. I'm gonna save him for last. Okay, so we have y'all. I told y'all I was tired before I started this conversation, and it's showing up. See, this is when you are live and can't edit, but you are taught, well, when mistakes are made, you just move forward. So,
hmm
all right, mistakes, deep breath, reground, recenter, bring it back in. All right, let's go. All right, so I have Mr. Daryl Holloway. Hey, Coach Teach D.
Hey, Tammy. How's things going?
Things are amazing. They're amazing. D is our relationship expert. We have Mr. Rondi Isaac. Hey, Rondi.
Hey, how you doing?
Amazing. And Rondi is our yoga instructor. And we have Mr. William Ward. Hey, William.
Hey, hey.
And William is our resident family service supervisor. And then we have my little bro, Dr. Alex Ander Grant. So, Alex is our financial guru. And for those who don't know, when I initially started Real Talk with Tammi B and Company, Alex and his Bro Talk TV community helped me to launch it over a year ago. But Alex got busy. Alex is Jamaican. I told this the last time he have about 5 jobs. He's the cook, the cleaner, the candlestick maker, man, and then he's going to school, getting all those disease and the degrees and all that stuff. So he got a little busy on us. So he had to step away, but he's on break in between degrees because he just got his master's in cybersecurity and information technology. He was just up here last weekend. So congratulations to him. And and Alex, you know what's crazy? Dang, I wish Shelly was here. I was told I was breaking up. Octavia, let me know if this is better. I was told. I mean, the last time you was with us, we had a young lady who she kind of challenged you and Shelly on that talk, and you kind of disappeared after that. School got really busy. Do you remember that? Like,
Yeah. I remember.
yeah, the last
I forgot the lady
conversation.
name. Yeah,
That
I
was
remember.
crazy. That was crazy. We never got a chance to debrief and make sure you was okay after that, because that's been a year ago.
Yeah. Wow. It's been that long.
Yeah, right. The day after the election. Okay, so guys, I don't like to call people angry, and I don't like the term angry Black woman, but that particular guest really, like, she wouldn't let Shelly or Alex say anything. Heck, she didn't even want to let me talk. It was bad. Like, I gave everybody a safe word: pineapples. So if I say pineapples, that means, all right, go back into your corner and debrief. But that sister wasn't even listening to, like, hear what they were saying. It was like, I'm going to say what I got to say, and that's it. So I said pineapple so much that the chat started putting pineapples in the chat. The people started putting the pineapple icon in the chat.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen Alex since. Oh, but no, I'm just messing with you. I know I'm just messing with you. I just had to bring that up. All right, so fellas, tell me what's good. What's going on with you, gentlemen, this evening? Nobody. Everybody tired.
Tired. You know what? I'm especially tired. I'm not quite sure. I'm always share this with the group. Facebook Meta took down my page.
I saw that.
Yes, they just took it down for no reason, talking about some cybersecurity guideline, which I'm in cybersecurity, by the way, Alex.
Oh, awesome.
And so I was shocked. So I've been appealing it, and with no feedback from Meta when I used to get feedback. But unfortunately, it's happened to a lot of content creators out there. They say there's a bug out there, which I refuse to believe. I think they are targeting certain people, and also people are reporting people as well. That happened to me as well. So I lost 250,000 followers just like that.
Wow.
And I have another 250,000 followers on my other page, which I don't have access to. So I'm building from scratch all over again.
Wow.
So hopefully Meta, but you know, people are so great. People have reached out to me via text message, phone calls, and my other page, praying for me that my page will be back up, and I know it will be back up soon. Sometimes it's a hiccup, and sometimes I look at it this way: God moves in such a strange way because I wasn't giving him all the love I should have been giving him. I did not put him first like I used to. And sometimes we have, like the Israelites, they had another God. And I think social media became my God. So I had to be brought back down to earth and realize, and that's why I was telling people, I'm going to stay focused, because if it's meant to be, God's going to even push my purpose and my mission even further this time around. I just have to be so grounded in him. It's so easy for us to get our mind to go a whole different direction, because this is how the world is sometimes. But I had to realize that. But I'm in a good place now.
I love that. But one thing we know, everything happens for a reason. So
Yes.
nothing happens that just happened. And
Exactly.
you can look at it as either happening to you or for you. And if you're saying that this happened for you, it happened to get you refocused on the main thing, which we know God is the main thing, creator of all. So I'm glad you're choosing to look at it from that aspect. So I applaud you, because I tried to tag you in the post on Facebook, and I didn't sit and you didn't come up. And so when I went in my DM and went to your page, it's like, this page is shut down. I was like, what? Because you've been out there. Yeah, I saw your count, so I know you had hundreds and thousands of followers. I know that for itself.
Wow.
I do know that. And the content that you put up was great content. So I can't even see where the problem came into play.
Well, to being transparent, I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed. when,
You
I,
should
when, I,
be.
when I got a message,
No.
I'm like, what? I'm like, for what? Cybersecurity guidelines that I send some type of link to somebody, which I know is false. I don't do that. Certain things I don't do. I follow their guidelines, and that's why I know how the enemy works too as well. We have to get a positive message out there. You want people to believe in love, hope again, because
Yes.
the world we live in today, it's just crazy. It is, and I really feel for our youngsters because I don't know. I don't know if I can grow up in the world the way it is now for them.
Well, I believe
Yeah.
you could. It's just a
Mhm.
process. You know,
Yeah,
it goes back to what you're saying, tapping into God. When you know
right,
God, you can deal with whatever stage, whatever generation you're a
exactly.
part of. When you know God, you can get through it all.
But it's
You can
tough on
get
these youngsters now. It really is. With social media, the bullying, the hate. Now black men are feeling demasculated now. It's just
Yeah.
and that's why as black men we have to stick together and teach our youngsters the way of God. And there's other alternatives out there that we just have
guys,
to
do
pick
y'all
and
want to
see.
chime in? Because I that's a good uh something for you guys to talk about. What are your thoughts on what Daryl is saying?
He's 100% correct. And my eyes, this day and age, when I was growing up, and I might be maybe the youngest person on this panel, but when I was growing up, I remember there was just certain words you never expressed to the opposite gender. A female, we didn't call another female. A male never called a female the B word, and you knew that if you called them the B word, consequences was attached to it. This day and age, the females they call each other the B words, and that's their normal vernacular. That's what they use on a day-to-day basis now. And like when I was growing up, you didn't call uh another man gay unless he was gay. You didn't even joke around like that. And now women, that's the first thing they resort to. If you turn them down or you decline them or you don't display the type of interest that they're requesting, immediately the man is either sassy, he's either feminine, or he's gay and broke. I'm just like, yeah. It's just crazy. I've never seen us hate each other so much in history. Like, I've never seen such a disconnect between the male and the female. Like, and it's crazy because we need each other,
Exactly.
but the disconnect is just, man. It's the first time I've ever seen something you know so radical.
Well, I'm going to age myself a little bit.
Well, that's because men don't want to be men and women don't want to be women. They want to switch roles. So, you know, when a man says certain things, to a woman and they're not reared to accept what somebody says, that's the result you get. You know what I mean? So, you know, me growing up, you respect, you were supposed to respect women, open the door, you know, say thank you, ma'am, and all kinds of little buzzwords or gestures that you did.
Right.
Like when I always talk about me and my wife, 'cause we've been together 30 years, 32, right? So, and I had to teach my daughters because I got daughters. I know how I was as a teenager. I was rotten. I was horrible. I was horrible to women. But my mother told me, she said, hey, you know better than that. I ain't raised you like that, but I want my daughters, I took my daughters on their first date. This is how you're supposed to be treated,
Mm.
you know? And if they don't knock on the door to come get you, you can't go. You can't go out because I knocked on her mom's door every time I went to go pick her up to go out, and went in the house and spoke to her parents and sat down and chit chatted. Then it was time to go. But I need to know how you look. So when you come back, you better be the same way, else there's consequences for that. You know what I mean? So that's what's missing. Everybody's talking on a text message. They don't know how to interact with adults. They don't know how to interact with themselves. That's the lost cause of the technology right now. And that's why you have so many men. If you look on TikTok, all that, the world star, you have so many men putting their hands on women because it's cool, or vice versa. Women thinking they can fight men. It's the same thing. Like that's just upbringing. I used to tell my daughters, don't put me in a situation, right? And don't play with men, because you can't beat a man.
Okay.
I don't care what you do. You can't beat a man. He's stronger than you. He's physically stronger than you. That's how God made us to be this way. You know what I mean? So if you're going to argue, you can argue, but don't put your hands on him. Don't put your hands on him, because he has every right to defend himself too, just like you have a right to defend yourself. But don't even go that route. If it's getting to that point, step away, call your dad, and we deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Or we call whoever we got to call. But don't put yourself in a situation. Don't put me in a situation, because I'm biased. Right? I'm biased. I don't have any sympathy. If my daughter's upset, I'm upset. And then we figure it out later. So so I make sure they understand that, and their mates understand that. You can come and talk, you can have a conversation, you can have disagreements, but there's two things. Don't call out a name, don't put your hands on her. Because I didn't put my hands on her, so they ain't not used to that. They're not used to a man putting their hands on them. So you put your hands on, that means you got to deal with me now, or whoever I bring with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it's at right now.
It's about respect. You brought up a good point. I remember I had the audacity to blow the horn when my girl was picking up for a date. You know what the dad did? The dad came out and said, "Boy, you better bring yourself in the house. You don't blow the horn for my daughter." Yeah.
But that's not taught. That's
Right.
that's not taught anymore. All this independence. I can do what a man can do, and I understand, the fight for rights and stuff like
Right.
that. I understand, but I still don't think it was for us to take the lead, because I still feel the man, he's the protector, the provider, and we still want him to be the head of the household. But
Yep.
we look, we know where the brains are, but the physical and in the leadership, let that come from you guys. That's what we want.
Yeah.
But you know what? You guys took me into a question that I was gonna ask later down, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on the table now. I was on a Mix 106 radio.com last week Monday.
Okay.
And the host DC and I got into a real passionate conversation. And I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. And what the statement that DC made to me was that Black people are voluntarily signing themselves up for slavery. Black people are voluntarily signing themselves up with slavery. When you look at how a lot of the things are going on in the world today, they signing themselves up. The shutdown, and then the Democrats are the first to fold and stuff like that. So with that information, what thought pops into your head? Anybody can jump
in. What it is, they become slaves to the money, right? Everybody want to be famous. Everybody want to be a star. Everybody wants to be at the scene. Everybody wants to be this because they see this person. They want what that person got. Why this person ain't treating me like this or whatever. That's what the problem is. Yeah, you signing up voluntarily without signing ink to paper. And because they don't have any sense of self or self-worth.
Self-respect.
Material things is more important than substance. So when you see stuff like that, I just sit and I deal with people all day. I deal with people all day, and with their problems and being a social worker, you hear so much stuff, and I'm just sitting like, are you kidding me? I just had a meeting today, and I'm just like, I don't want my mom's support. I don't want my mom's support, but you got 4 babies at 27, right? You don't want your mom's support. Well, she's the one that caused me to be the way I am. Okay, your mom got trauma too. Her mama got murdered when she was 9. So what you expect? How's she supposed to do? She did the best she could for you, right? You don't see that, right? Because everybody wants what they want when they want it, and don't understand the struggles that the people before them had to go through just to get you to be where you at right now in that little space. But you still want to be a star, you want to be popular, you want to be this. And it's a lot of self-love. Nobody knows what love is, and they don't know how to love themselves. You know what I'm saying? You can't love nobody else if you don't love yourself. Can't be happy. You can't make nobody happy. So that's my thoughts on it.
And I'm going to piggyback off that. People do not respect one another anymore. Respect is gone. I remember the day, and I still call my elders, even though I'm older, ma'am and sir, because that's how I was taught.
I do.
People, you see it on social media, but also what we're doing too, and it's just being real. We're blaming what we're doing, blaming the white man again. Instead of stepping up. We know we can be self-efficient. So we built America. Okay? We have some of the brightest minds in the world, but they want to keep that history from us. How smart we are, how strong we are. That's why we are so divided. And social media is not helping one whatsoever either. We got each other fighting each other, calling each other, like he was saying, bees and this and that. And everyone is out just for self-satisfaction. We used to want to serve. Serve is what we were supposed to do. But now we want people to serve us. Wow. Like I said, we are so blind in so many different ways. We're blind to education. We're blind to money. How in the world, in 1960, we owned more homes in 1960 than we do now? That don't make sense.
Welfare.
Oh God,
ruined.
That destroyed.
Yeah, it took the father out the home.
Yeah, we've talked about that plenty times on here.
Yeah,
we have. So hold on real quick. I want to, hey Shelly.
Hello everybody. Hello.
Hey.
And so listen, let me read some of the comment because I want to acknowledge this chat. Guys, thank you. You guys are active. So Corp T says all this is by design, which is we know. And Alex, you just actually added one of the designs implementers, which when they took the men out of the home with welfare. Octavia said this generation feels entitled and don't want to put in the work. And A Soldier's Dream said we as Black people haven't had a good relationship with finances, so money is the drive for everything we do. And you know, guys, I want y'all to comment because y'all know the spiritual mentor in me is rising on a statement like that. I'm gonna go ahead and say it because we have been our ancestors, the previous generation were programmed under the lack mindset. And it's time for us to change it and get into the abundance mindset. We gotta, people have been programmed to think there's not enough when we're in a world and a universe full of abundance. And as long as you keep thinking lack by the power of your thoughts, that's what you're going to continue to create. Y'all, anybody want to say it?
But see, that's like they said, this by design. How in the world now, and this is not a racist comment, okay? That now we're the bottom of the ladder. The Mexicans are higher than us now. They have a higher income than us now. They have more homes than us now. Blacks used to be the backbone of the family. The men used to be the backbone of the family. We used to, hey, like you said about Alex, Jamaican, Black men have 3-4 jobs.
Yeah.
These youngsters, I had a youngster the other day. dude, I don't want to work anymore. I'm not making enough money. Dude, you just got out of college. I wasn't making this kind of money when I was in college. Like
Hmm.
someone said, they entitled. I'm like, they quitting 60, $70,000 a year jobs because it's not enough. I'm like, you just starting, bro. I ain't gonna tell you what I started back in the day. Okay. But it's like I said, it's all by design. It's since turn welfare, bringing the men out the household, slavery. Now we are so they got it so in tune to social media. I saw a report, and not just blacks either. They talk about people in general. They don't have a conversation with each other. Do you know how men ask them on dates now? They text them. They don't have conversation
Hmm.
with them. What is that? You know, the human element is gone. It
Mm.
really is.
That right there, the humanity, that I think people have been so separated from their emotions that they have forgotten to be human. And with the controls that are in play, and just like y'all are continuously saying with social media is to keep people so distracted. And don't get me wrong, there's good that comes with
Yes.
it, but there's also
Hmm.
not so good. I mean, if it's about a lot of drama and chaos and reality TV and stuff, there's no value add. And so um
Well,
yeah, I want to bring this.
go overseas. No one's on social media or on the internet as much as Americans.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
China have
that's
restrictions.
true.
India have restrictions. Even age limit, how long you could be on TikTok, whatever the case will be.
I
Hmm.
was gonna say China is the one who came up with TikTok, and it's banned in their
It's,
country.
yeah, and
You
it
see
makes
what I'm saying?
Well, even think back, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, he Apple, but his family, his children couldn't be on Apple. They couldn't use it.
Hmm.
They knew, they saw this stuff. Did y'all see that social media experiment documentary on Netflix a while
yes,
back?
yes. That's
People
right.
need to go back and see that. These are people who created this stuff, and they have all kind of regrets because they see what has happened. Even the likes and the dislikes, like that causes mental health issues for people. And I see they done
Sure does.
reinstituted them into comments. Say that again, Alex.
No, no, sure does. If you notice, right now we have the highest rate of suicide. Suicide, honestly, that didn't even exist
Nope.
really in our day.
Nope.
Nobody killed themselves. Nobody killed themselves. And if they killed themselves, it was on accident. Playing with daddy's gun, playing, jumping the tracks, that kind of stuff. It wasn't no intentional suicide, writing notes and doing all this other stuff, making posts and saying, "Oh, you're gonna miss me now." That didn't really happen back then, like that. But I understand that social media, you know, it's almost like what the brother said, Williams. We really don't know who we are, and that's the sad part. We really don't know who we are, and the people that we look up to now, they themselves don't have much substance. So we're looking up to TikTokers, to influencers, to podcasters, to um, fashionists, and other people of that nature, basketball players. These are people who are, a lot of them, they don't really have much substance, anything, that really holds any kind of weight. No type of education, no type of moral compass, none of those kind of things. And unfortunately, when you have a generation that follows that, that's all you're breeding. I grew up watching Bill Cosby, A Different World. It made black kids want to go to college. That was like the dopest thing ever. Every black kid was like, yo, the moment I graduate high school, I'm going to college. You know, that's what we looked up to. Even the troubled youth, you know, you was able to relate to Fresh Prince and all these different things. These type of television shows and sitcoms, they don't do that now. They don't do that now. You don't see that. Now, if you see a male and a female on an actual television show, it's almost considered like disrespectful. It has to now be same sex. You know, they look how everything has been distorted and the lines have blurred. This would have never happened in the 90s and the 80s. It just wasn't, because we understood there was still a straight line that needed to be pushed. There was still a straight line. Now it's all curved and all kind of crap. You know, so it's we definitely have pushed ourselves back to that type a brand new version of slavery.
And we got to bring it back together. They did a survey about black men, how they are displaying black men on TV as like we all gay.
Hmm.
We are not
Yeah.
masculine. They had a conversation with Tyler Perry. Said, Tyler Perry, do you know what you're doing to our black youth by being Medelia? Yeah, it's funny. For
Yeah.
all history, that's what black men used to do: put dresses on to make the master laugh,
Hmm.
while we
Oh,
were
I didn't know
degrading
that.
ourselves.
That's
Oh,
my
yes,
first hearing that.
yes.
Go ahead, Rondi.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds like a lot of this is our own doing,
Yeah.
and which is, I think, is even sadder. Makes it even sadder that that we're doing this to ourselves, that we're doing this to our community. I think um, the de-education, um, the whole education thing, and I think a lot of you guys already kind of talked about it, has been huge. Um, um, the fact that we don't value education as much as we have in the past, you know. Um, yeah, just simple things like that. Just going back to the whole Tyler Perry thing, you know, I'm really dumbfounded because we made all these strides in the 80s and the 90s, and they gave us you know, hey, do your show, do what you want to do, and these are the things that came up with, um, which is really sad. I can't think of any shows, black shows, that are kind of like the ones like A Different World and the Cosby Show, anything like that now. You know, you know, it's all these kind of gangsters and buffooneries type stuff. You know.
Correct.
Um,
And you
yeah.
know what, even to the point that you guys are talking about with the males in the dresses, because wasn't there a saying like when a lot of these celebrities and things were coming up, they were like, men, in order to make it, they had to wear a dress. Because if you,
Correct.
yeah,
Hmm.
and that is a problem. I want to acknowledge the comments. Octavia stated this is when we were talking about the young man wanted to quit after college, and she was like, they quit because there's a dress code, or you are required to be on time to, you know, we know this
Yeah.
generation is very free, free spirited.
Hmm. Yep.
And she said the students don't go on college tours anymore. I,
It's
I
not cool.
gotta
It's not
challenge that
cool.
one because I'm from Florida, and I do know that some of the schools in South Florida, I'm just gonna speak for South Florida, they still do the college tours, but I can't speak for the rest of the country. But those things do add value, and it does encourage the students. And then Court T, something we said, he was saying they were buck breaking. But I can't even, because I'm just reading the comment, don't know. And Rondi, Isaac, Avi wants to say to you, Avi Marie wants to say to you, thank you. It is our own doing. And so that's a whole accountability process. And that's that could that could be a whole talk in itself, because if we take accountability for us, the world changes. The change really starts with each one of us. I mean, each individual, and then of course the collective can change as a whole as well. So this is good talk. Shelly, William, did you guys want to add anything to this part of the conversation?
Well, I wanted to say one thing real quick, that kids model what they see, right? They model what they see. So if their mom is trying to be their friend, got the eyelashes, got the big fingernails and the stuff like that, and they want to be out in the streets, that's what they're going to do. At 15, you got girls that 15, 14 with eyelashes on because they want to look like their mom, which is fine, but the parents are becoming younger and younger, and they don't know how to be parents. You see what I'm saying? So those things, man, I was, that's what it is, man. Kids model what they see. So if you got a young person, if you don't have the right people around them or what they expose, because they're going to get exposure 7 hours out of the day, guaranteed 180 days out of the year, that's at school. So they're going to learn most of their behaviors between that time at school, but it's up to the guardian or the parents or the older brothers and sisters to help mold them. Is like, hey, I get it, but let's go this. We need to be doing something different, because there's consequences. Like I tell all of our clients and people I work with, you only got two. When you make a choice, there's only two things that come out of choices: rewards and consequences. There's no gray area. There's no middle ground with that. Either you're going to get not so much, and you have to define what reward is, but we know consequences is jail. You get fired from your job. You get killed because of the choice you made. You might be hospitalized, might be paralyzed because you didn't make the right choice. But the rewards is that, somebody's going to acknowledge you for a good job. You might get promoted. You might, you help somebody because you made a choice to stop and say, hey, you okay? People, we don't have that anymore, where you go to your neighbor and say, hey, you need me to cut your grass? You need me to do something like that? Nobody does that anymore. Everybody's got an attitude. No, you're on my property and you're bothering me. Everybody is angry. Everybody is angry. Not just Black folks. We are angry for what? And like Rondi said, it's our own doing. Who you mad at? Look in the mirror. What Michael Jackson said, man in the mirror. Own it. And then you can, that's it. That's it.
Hey, William, can you repeat that thing that you said about consequences and
when you make a choice, there's only two things that come out of choices. That's rewards and consequences. Right? There's no gray area. If I decide to cheat on my wife, there's going to be a consequence. Yeah, I got a little reward because I got a little happy cake. But then what's the consequence? I done threw my whole 30 years away, right? Ain't no gray area. What's the gray area that we're going to have? We're going to go to counseling? Nah, that's not reality, right? That's not real. So whatever choice you make, you take a choice, you want to do it, take a job, right? You going to quit because you're not making enough money? They told you. They didn't give you the job. They offered you the job, and you decided to accept it. And whatever came with it, they told you what the salary was. They told you what days you got to be there. They told you your responsibilities. Nobody gave you the job. So when I had an employee tell me one time, well, I gave you this. No, sir. And I run back, no, sir. I came for the interview. You liked my resume. You invited me to the interview. I interviewed, I answered your questions, and you liked the way I answered them and how I presented to you. And then you offered me the job. You didn't give me the job. You offered me, and I accepted. So let's change the narrative on that and be like, hey, no, now let's work together so we can get the job done. But that was a choice I had to make. And the reward of it is that I'm getting paid every 2 weeks, right? So those are the things I'm talking about as far as the choices and you got rewards and consequences, because some of these people nowadays, that's all they understand is rewards and consequences. When I was dealing with the guys coming out of jail and on bond, they didn't understand. Well, I didn't do this. I'm free, man. They was picking on me. Yeah, look, wait a minute. So they just picked you out the hat and said you committed. You was out on the corner hustling dope, and they got you on video camera, but it's their fault, huh?
Of course,
huh? That doesn't make sense. But look at it, and then I don't know if I said this on another talk we had, Shelly. I don't know if you remember, but I said that, I used to tell the male clients, you got daughters, right? And you out here selling drugs, you putting your wife in danger. I said, do you want your daughters dating a dude like you? You know what I mean? Do you want your daughters dating somebody that they're putting their family in danger? Because you'd be mad if your daughter grow up and date somebody like you, the lifestyle that you live in, right? That's a choice. Not everybody. I'm not no saint. I've done some stuff in my life, but I thank God that I'm still here. There's a reason why I'm here, that I can share my story. But I lived reckless. I was reckless, and before I met my wife, and she told me, and I don't know if I said this to y'all before. She told me, she said, the judge broke us up. You get caught. What you doing. She knew what I was doing, and I was, doing what I do. But she's like, I like you, and I like you. I said I like you too. But she said the judge, you go to in front of that judge, yeah, that broke us up because I dealt with that in my family, and I'm not going to deal with it with you. And what can I do? I had to make a choice, right? I had to make a choice. Either that lifestyle or this lifestyle. I'm at peace. So let me stop talking. I'm talking too much.
No, that's what this is for. I want to hear you guys, your hearts, your thoughts. Shelly, you've been quiet. Go ahead. Give me something.
I don't have nothing. It's just because there's too many reasons why we're in this situation. Like it's so many reasons. You got everyone is correct. Is the parents first thing we was taught was train up a child in the way he should go and he should not depart from it. So none of these kids are being trained like that. The internet's raising them. But then you got to ask where do they get the internet from? They get it from the parents. Why are the parents like that? Because they want to do like the rap videos or opposite. Like it's so many reasons why. And it's by design. So it's really nothing. I ain't gonna say there's nothing we could do, but it's gonna until we come together collectively, it won't be a recovery for us, and we probably won't come together collectively. One and two. One thing that I know for a fact is, they only show the bad part of us. It's more of us doing good. It's more of us in certain statistics in college than in jail. It's more black men who are married and with their kids every day. They just don't show that. So everyone believes that. So everyone bases their next move on what they think is the current situation.
That's why the black man get a bad, don't get a good positive review. They always talk negative about the black man. Like I said, we do so much more for society. We have built the society. The first open heart surgeon was a black man. Mm-hmm. People don't realize Thomas Edison stole his ideal from a black man. There's so many patents that were stolen, but this is kept from us. It's sad because my niece said, "Uncle, they teasing me." I was like, "Why they teasing you?" Because I talk different. She don't talk ghetto. I'm sorry. She's very educated. No. So her black friends are turned on her. Now, guess what she's doing now? Her friends are white now.
That happened to my oldest son. That happened. He had to go to speech therapy when he was younger, and so he started talking proper, and so the black kids picked at him, and so eventually he migrated so his friends, all relationships, everything from life on has been white. In fact, his girlfriend now is Russian. So
we are worst enemies. We are our
But
worst enemies.
you know, it's only that way, and it's all we see is because that's what we support. If we didn't support it, they would change it, but we don't support it. So, like we used to love the Fresh Prince and all that. Now, if it came on, people wouldn't watch it, and I think the reason we watched it so much because that was all we had. There weren't options. But nowadays, the kids have options, and the parents don't enforce it. Like I just think me personally, I used to not allow my kids to have phones and all that. And if they have phones, it was for certain hours, and bedtime was bedtime. But then after a while, it was like none of their friends are like that. So when you go to school and you go wherever, they're misfits or whatever the case may be. So as a parent, you are kind of like you're torn between getting my kid picked on or letting them be aware of current events with the rest of the world and you know, growing up what they call normal.
yeah, normal isn't normal. You know what? When you just said that, William, you said something earlier, and I want to go, and it's so you don't even know what you was on to when you said it. Because a while back, when you was talking about the eyelashes, I have come to the realization that those big eyelashes, I really call them bat wings because it's like they waving at you when people blink their eyes. If we not careful, like they're gonna be the norm in about 10-15 years from now, because the kids coming up behind them, that's what they gonna see, and that's what they gonna continue to put, carry on. And I sit and I'm like, we as people are so beautiful that some of the extremes that people go through because of social media and stuff like that, and especially women, those things, if people even knew the history of those things, I'm sorry to interject in y'all talk tonight, but if people even knew the history of those things, if you look it up, they really were for female sex workers. That's the history of them. But I guess it's like the sagging pants, so people don't care about the history.
Yeah, I don't know the history. I had that in the chat too.
But they care about what's cool, what's in their face the most, and
right.
that's what's because even like girls that say they don't like, or guys, almost every guy says they don't like eyelashes, but women listen to women, so that's what they wear, and that's what's in their face. And the same with, I don't know about the sagging pants, but I know that all the guys I know don't like it, but the women obviously talk to the gangsters more, so the kids think that's the way to go. So it's just,
let them go to prison and find out how the way is.
And that's what I was about to say, because I talk to people from prison. They're like, man, I ain't wearing my pants, but they still do when they come out. So they say what they say in jail. Nah, I know what that means in jail. But when they come out in the street, they still sagging. I'm like, come on, man. So you let somebody pull on your stuff? You know what that mean, right? I say, you know what that mean? That means you somebody's dude. Nah, it ain't like that. That's only in prison, not in the county. What? What? What are you talking about? So those things, and then what I wanted to say is that, our girls aren't being told by our fathers or their grandfathers that they pretty, right? You pretty as how you supposed. No, they don't give compliments like that because the dad, like we said, the dad's been removed from the home, or the uncle or the male figure has been moved from the home. Nah, you pretty. That's like how you are. Come here, let me kiss you on your forehead. That's that love that's missing. And that's what I'm saying. People don't understand. That's why you have all the wigs and the stuff like that. And that's no problem if you want to enhance. But what about somebody, nobody's telling them that they're pretty, and then their mamas are competing with their daughters. They're jealous of their daughters. So I've had that, and I had that conversation within my own family where, I know that there was some jealousy from an adult of a child. And that's not, no adult should be jealous of a child on how they look or how they getting attention. So you got the people out here now is competing for attention, right? Look at Lil' Kim.
Oh my God.
Look at Lil' Kim, right? She look like a Ninja Turtle.
But you got to
Right?
remember though, when that wasn't the case, majority of the women were married and it was families.
Yes,
Now
yes.
everybody's single, so of course the mom is competing with the daughter. And
Yeah,
I know women hate these words competing, but they are definitely comparing themselves because they're both looking for a man.
yeah,
And
yeah.
9 times out of 10, if they're within a 10, 15 year, 20-year gap, they're looking for the same man.
And they're looking for father figures, right?
Mhm.
That's why you have so many young girls want to date older men. They looking for father figures to tell them what to do. They need some structure, right? That's what they say. That's why you still got pimps out here. What do you think you still got pimps? There's still pimps out here. Because those girls are lost because they want a father figure to teach them how to manage or to navigate through the world, right? Even though it's wrong, that's not how you learn it, but that's why you still got pimps. They just ain't as prevalent like they used to be. The sex trafficking now is more than it was back when it was out in the open, right? So in the 70s, in the 70s and the 60s, when they had the pimps and all that stuff, that was all prevalent in New York and Detroit and Atlanta and all that stuff. Now you don't see it as out there, but the sex trafficking now, the pimps are different. They branding them, they putting like little barcodes on their necks, and you seeing them getting younger and younger, and it has no race, but they lost. And it's us as the men.
Yeah, but
But
on the flip side of that, because that's 1,000% true. But on the flip side of that, I think as the women today, most of the young women are kind of tired of the boys today that have no guidance, that have no future. They're not doing nothing but play safe. So they're more in the older men because the women are ready to get on with life. And the kids today, the boys or YNs as they call them, they have no structure, they have no knowledge, they have no vocabulary. And I think the women is just tired of that. And they like, look, the women kind of have always wanted better. And the boys today, half my sons and their friends, I just be looking at them like, or especially here in Atlanta, you go to a restaurant, a Popeyes or something, it'd be a young dude in there, he'd take your order like, what you want? It'd be like, I don't even want it no more. Like look at
let me
me
go
when
through
I'm
the
talking to you.
Yeah.
What's
So
a
that's why I
YN?
say there's so many factors involved that you'd have to pick each one apart.
What you say, Rondi? You don't know what a YN is?
Right?
I had to figure that out too. You ain't the only one, but because everything is abbreviated right now in this generation, everything is abbreviated like a YN or a YW, something K lay or whatever.
But
I don't know.
it's the parents, I swear, because even like with my kids, they try to get away with texting me and slanging me. But I'll be the first to be like, call me. I don't want to hear it.
Yep.
Call me. I'm not. We're not finna text. And if we do text, is spell every word or call me or call me. I don't play all that abbreviation stuff. But so many parents don't care. Or they want the kid. The kids are so sensitive. They don't want to hurt their feelings. So it's better for them to be cool.
That.
Like I want to be cool with my kids so their feelings ain't hurt. I'm a different breed. I tell my kids, I don't care if your feelings is hurting. Don't judge me, but I tell them if life is too rough for you, I can't tell you what to do, but this is what we're gonna do. I don't want that to happen to you, but I would rather not necessarily lose you, or you have to go sit down in jail a year or two to learn. I would much rather you do that than continue falling further and further behind, and then you 30 and 40 looking at me wondering what to do.
Well,
I can tell you this, that I told my daughters, I don't put my hands on one, but I hit you in the throat. I definitely hit you in the throat.
Yeah.
And then also we gave them the tools, right? You give them the tools. And once they get to that certain age and and you still think I'm supposed to help you out. No, sir. I mean, you made that choice. Again, here we go back to the choices. I don't have a problem.
People don't want to hurt their feelings, or they worry if I don't do this, they're gonna end up making a bad decision and in jail or dead or whatever. I said that's not insensitivity, but that's life.
Yeah, that's life.
If you put the seed in them, hopefully they do right. But if they don't, I can't babysit these kids all their life till they 40, 50. My daughter now going through it, and I'll be like, baby, I'm get on the couch or something. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
what you gonna do?
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? I might sprinkle you with some, but 5 days out of the weekends, I don't know what you're gonna do. You might call me on the weekend on a good day. I got you. Don't worry about it. The majority of it, I don't make the wrong decision because you're gonna live with it, not me.
Yeah, look, well, my daughter thought she wanted to be with this boy, and I know she may be listening, but I told her, I said, look, you rent here. Ain't nothing in this house yours. I pay for everything. Me and your mom pay for everything up in here. I packed her up, and she was going down to the shelter when we lived in Georgia, down to the Atlanta shelter, down there, my sister's house, down there. I packed her out. I said, this boy, you is so much love. Make sure he gonna pay for your braces every month that you got in your mouth. They're gonna pay for your lunch, them glasses that you need. I packed her up. The only thing you're gonna take in them drawers. And them Christmas gifts I gave you, because you get what you want on your birthday and Christmas. Everything else, that's mine.
Yeah.
So I don't care nothing about all that. You know what I mean? So they understand that. Now they have children, and they have to see, they seeing what we talked about. And I'm seeing what my mom talked about. She said, wait till you have kids. You'll understand. You ain't going to sleep. You're going to worry all the time. You're going to be this, that, and the third. I worry about you out in these streets. Now, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, 70s, 80s, and the 90s. We ain't had no cell phones and all that stuff, social media. If you got caught out there, you got caught out there. And I grew up in New York. So, you know, that New Jack City shit was real. Don't get it twisted. That New Jack City juice, all that stuff was real.
Yeah.
You know, King of New York, all that stuff was real.
And hey, I'm on the other coast, and mine grew up all them colors and
all that stuff was real.
We lived that daily. So, but it is a balance. I think with my daughter, it's like now I done made her so hard. She do stuff, and I'll be like, "Where you been all night?" She's like, "I was just sitting in the car." I'm like, "Well, why you didn't come here?" "Well, you already told me I gotta live with my decision." I'll be like, "Get ass in this house, man." So it's crazy though. It's just, but the parents ain't tough no more. They want to be their friend, and they don't want to hurt their feelings. You know, kids are killing themselves and shooting up school. I'm like, well, I hope my kid don't sign his ticket to jail, because it's cold in there. I've been in there. It's not fun.
Wow. Wow. Hold on. Okay, guys, hold on. Let me read some of the comments. Let's see. I see these kids think it's cool to ball on a budget. And it was also added that toxic is normal to them. And
this should be.
I have learned that people have learned to normalize dysfunction. And then women turn to women also because of the immaturity of some men.
Agree with that. But I think the men are this way because women accept it. Like when I grew up, gangs, and the girls I wanted was like, "You're a gang member?" No. You know, but nowadays the girls is, you could be broke, you could live with your mom in the basement, and they still get the girl. So why would they change?
I used to tell my daughters, and I told them this. I said, a man is only going to do what you allow him to do, right? So if you don't set that standard or those boundaries, he's going to do what you're going to do. And I'm a perfect example. I told him, I said, ask me if you have issues with your boyfriend or you. Ask me. I was there. When a man tells you it ain't you, it's me, you know what that means. He trying to go get some other booty from somebody else. He just wanted to put you on the side till he get done what he doing. Right? That ain't no. And then, like I said, I had to say something to get with your mama. Right? So that's what Adam and Eve was. Adam didn't just get with Eve to make that first baby. He did something. He had to share the apples. He manipulated him to share that apple. And he also did some talking in the ear so he can get past them leaves, all that stuff. Right? Right? So that's how the things happen. Right? So I hate to say it like that, but that's real talk. And a man is going to only do what you allow him to do. And if you don't set that boundary, and a real man wants a challenge, right? That's all I'm saying. I'm done.
I'm too old for challenges now.
What you say, Will? You gotta get past the leaves to get to the bush.
Your wife said she can't stand you. She said, she put in the chat, I can't stand you.
Facts. I'm telling you that. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to be, and all jokes aside, I had to have this conversation with my daughters because, like I said, I'm biased. So I want them to be prepared. They have to be prepared to deal with these knuckleheads, right? They got to be able to defend themselves, not just physically, but emotionally, right? And mentally, because you can't, these dudes ain't out there about what they, I can't stand a soft man. I can't do it. I can't stand a soft dude that bitch and moan about this, that, and the third. Oh, she ain't treating me right. What you mean? What?
Yeah. But you know what's different too is we wanted a family, even if we was players, we wanted home. We knew the woman was home, and we did what we had to do, or some of us didn't, whatever it was. These kids today, the men today, they don't want that.
No.
They just want their PlayStation.
Yeah, they don't want you.
And they want PlayStation. They want to keep track of.
Yeah, they want
to keep a log of how many girls they've been with. Mm-hmm. You know, I knocked off 20, 30 girls this week. Oh, okay. Now you keep going playing like knocking off. You're gonna be knocked off. You're gonna be knocked off because these new diseases out here gonna hit you in the back. You know what I'm saying? Then you be crying, talking about, oh my God, I didn't know. Yeah, you did. You knocked off 20 this week.
Yeah, what you say? The reward or
the consequence?
Or consequences.
You thought there was happy cakes. They weren't happy cakes. So that's just what it is.
Okay, so God's girl for life. Hey, lady. She said, I can't stand a soft man either. And she put it in the chat. And then Octavia says some men do what they do to impress other men.
Yeah.
Disagree with that.
That's a fact. Same way women wear eyelashes.
And that happens with women too. In fact, I heard TD Jakes a long time ago said he realized that women dress for other women.
Yeah. What you say, TD Jakes? You better not use no example of those TD Jakes. He wasn't talking about no women. Get him. All right, I digress. Whoa. I digress. Okay. I digress. My fault.
I'm just saying what the man said.
I'm sorry.
This is when I go outside and start mowing the grass.
I'm sorry.
This is when you stop mowing the grass.
Yeah, I'm just mowing the grass now.
I don't want no analogies with no TDJ, P. Diddy, all them others. I don't want no analogies with that. I don't care what nobody said. God rest his soul. You know, no disrespect. Eddie Long too. You know what I'm saying? They preach one way and did something different. So I don't.
And this is. I'm gonna just say this. We gotta quit saying no disrespect because it is disrespect. Because you was living foul, Ninja.
We
can't just blow this one under the rug.
Why you was living foul?
Yeah, why? Come on, O-N.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, ain't no more.
I'm there trying to play it. Trying to play it off. And y'all up here.
Like this, stop.
And you're out there trying to play it off like you giving some counseling. Oh, man, get out of here with that. Anyway, what's the next topic? But that's how men get that's how men got emasculated. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's exactly how they got emasculated.
And then that's how these rappers and everybody want to be stars. They're doing certain things to get to the top. And then when it comes out, nah, I ain't gay. I ain't do that. But they got receipts that you've been doing all these things to get to where you at. But then when somebody call you out, I'm like, nah, man, they lying. Out of here. If you did it, own it. Own it. I have more respect for you if you own it. You know, when you don't own it, you know, and if you don't like that and that's how you want to do, okay. I mean, I ain't knocking that. You like to be the catcher. I don't know nothing about all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But man, I just, like I said, you know, don't fake it. Own it, and then go about with it. Like who's that nigga? Who's that dude? Young Thug wearing a purse and a dress, but you a thug and you supposed to be the head of a gang in Atlanta and you killing people, but you wearing a dress, and then everybody else
you know,
wearing dresses.
in the 90s and the 80s, that was impossible.
Mm-hmm. But back then it was reputation and character. Now it's money. If you got money,
now it's money.
You could be whatever, and they still want to.
You could be whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the 90s and the 80s, you got your wig split.
Twice. Oh yeah, 100%.
Get like
on
that.
The way there and on the way home.
Yeah. It wasn't no. There was that was a different time, you know. And like I said, that crack game put everything to a whole nother level. You know, when the crack came into the city, 70s and 60s, there was the heroin and the PCP and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. That was different. But when it came to the 80s, when crack came in to the neighborhoods, man, it was a whole different story. You know, men was doing different things, and you know, not to glorify that time, but you know, like you said, man, I think right now men don't want to be men, women don't want to be women. Everybody's competing about who's an alpha, and they don't know what alpha really means and all that stuff. You know, everybody wants to be in charge. We got a lot of chiefs, no Indians, right?
Yeah,
that's because it's against the law to check them. Like we got checked for it. If you thought you were a chief, go on down there and see if you're a chief when you get to the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. Now you can't do nothing, so everybody get to be the chief because they ain't gonna get tested.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's some good stuff. That's some good stuff.
But even for the women back in the day, the older women to tell a girl in a minute, you fast, you a hoe, stop that, don't come over here with that.
Yeah.
Now the women don't check the women either. You gotta make her feel good. You know that outfit ain't right. Girl, you looking good. You gonna stop it. Or my friend's cute, and then you see the friend is like, you knew good well that girl was cute.
What movie was that? Friday? Like on Friday. Talk about I look like Janet Jackson. Out of here.
You knew good and well that girl was gonna come over and get her feelings hurt.
Yeah, that's facts, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all.
And I'm gonna just take it deeper. The dudes is so whack. They'll deal with the ugly women, so now these ugly women think they cute.
Like they got choices.
Yeah, like they got choices. No, he took one for the team for you, man.
Yeah, but look, everybody need love, but look. And then everybody's drinking, and then they make it an excuse that the weed and all that stuff, and you mess around and you done dropped off some seeds, and now you got babies out here, and you gotta take care of these babies, and you're like, oh man, I ain't mean to do that. What you mean you ain't mean to do it?
Yeah.
You know, so like I said earlier, I think the substance and people just want to be somebody that they're not, and they don't understand who they are. And you want to be somebody else. How about be yourself? You know what I'm saying? And nobody, like you said, Shelly, nobody's being taught that. These kids aren't being taught that now. I work extra hard right now with my daughter. Even, you know, I got grandkids now. I'm sorry, Daryl, but I got grandkids. I got granddaughters and grandson. And it's different. We got to constantly be on him. Like, I got to tell my grandson, he don't know it yet, but he be bucking at his mom. And I told him, I said, look here, man, I'm going to tell you something different. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And, you know, his dad, and I'm not talking bad about it because he still thinks his dad's a superhero, right? But you can't, and I had to tell my daughter, that's what he's supposed to at 10, 11 years old, right? But he's going to find out because your dad, if your dad is not on the same page with your mom and y'all not together, that's a problem. Mm-hmm. because you're they're supposed to be molding him together.
Mm-hmm.
So when he goes over to his house, he's supposed to be getting the same type of knowledge and experiences as he had with the other part of the family. And if you can't do that because he wants to be with he keep telling, oh yeah, me and your mom gonna get back together. Stop lying. You know what I'm saying? That's not helping him. Right? So I got to reprogram him. So when he come up here for the summer, he got a lot to do. I got a big yard. You know what I'm saying? So there's things, that, and he's real good with his hands. I love him to death. He likes to fish and play and fix things. But you also got to, while he's doing that stuff that he's likes, you still got to put some substance in him on how to be a young man, how to protect your mom, how to protect women, how to respect women. Even if you get mad, you don't have to cuss them out, call them out the name and all that stuff. Like, look, give me my space, and then let's come back and talk, right? I'm sorry, Daryl.
No problem.
I know you said something.
The only thing I had to say is we're asking people to be themselves, but the problem is they don't know who they are.
Exactly.
Ding, 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 ding. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that. Yes.
That's because everybody gets a blue ribbon. like we got a yellow ribbon, so I knew I was last in the race. Track wasn't for me, so I knew what I couldn't be. But now they don't know who they are because they've been told they could do or be whatever they want. So at the club, they Cardi B. At work, they want to be Oprah Winfrey. With their kids, they want to be whoever they, and they don't know.
Right.
And for the men too, the men, they want to be the rapper, and then they want to be this and that. And it's like, no, who is you? Be that and be good at it. There's only one of you. Right. Be that one.
I had a conversation with a young man a few months ago, and like you were sharing is that we tell people they could be who they want to be, which is a lie. I said, dude, you 400 pounds. You can't be a jockey.
Yeah. Okay. It's a lot you can't be. It's a lot. But it's the truth, though, but we don't want to hurt no one's feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
I said you lose about a few hundred more pounds, then we can talk.
Mm.
Just by your facial expression, you said that I wouldn't. If I was in the room, I'd have lost it. But just the fact, just the fact that we do have people that have like. I got a same example like that. This guy told me he wanted to be a police officer, but you didn't finish high school and you going into the military, and you can't even walk up the block without stop breathing, right? So I get it, but how do we get them out of that stage? How do you get them to understand that the reality and what you're seeing on TV is not real? Because all that stuff is scripted. Like my wife was watching Baddies the other day, right? And I came in the room. I got intrigued. I didn't want to watch it because I know this is just stupid. None of them was bad, for one. None of them was bad. According to me, baddies don't have black lips and black fingernails, or without no polish. Your hand, you looking rougher than a dude that worked on the railroad. That's not a baddie to me. I don't care what you say. You know what I mean? So they up there fighting on the stage. Like, give me a fair one. I just want to fight you. I want to fight you. I want to fight you. And the crowd is just loving it. I'm like, what? And all the young people is agreeing, oh, you was talking about me on the internet and this and that. And then now we in person, you don't want to talk. I was like, what is going on? But I can see why people are so in tune to that. It's easy. They keep saying, oh, it's just entertainment. It's not entertainment. That's horrible. It's like, it's exploitation.
Yeah, no.
And they ain't even making no money off of it. Right?
So they just want to look good.
The producers, whoever is producing this show, whoever started that show, like that big face girl, what's her name?
Yeah, they make money off the endorsements.
Natalie, that big face girl, she been on from Bad Girls back in the day, and she running it. I I was like, oh my God, she done had surgery. Her chin is long. I just, well, who told you look good? Who told you that?
Another girl, because ain't no dudes told her that's why she's single.
But those are the things that the kids are watching, right? All these love shows, that Love Island and all this, these competitions, that's not reality. Who goes to a tropical island to find their mate on a game show?
And date 10 different people and kiss 10 different people. Come on now.
Yeah.
That's some
kissing
crazy.
them, touching them, all that. Yeah. That's how you got mono back in the day. You remember you got mono? They said you got mono from the white girls. All right, let me stop. I'm doing too much. Yeah, the white girls gave you mono. You didn't get mono from no black girls. You know what I'm saying? So you kissed the white girl, you was getting mono. That's what my mom told me. She told me don't be kissing a white girl because my brother used to date white girls. He called mono one time. I'm trying to tell you, bro. That just don't kiss. You kiss a whole bunch of white girls, you getting mono.
Your wife said you about to be on punishment. You about to be on, she about to take your phone from you.
You telling her all her business. She was watching baddies and all that. I was like, ooh.
I don't care nothing about all that, man. I'm saying that's we talk about that stuff.
That's a man. I don't care about that.
I don't care all about that shit, man. We talk about, but we had those conversations and be like, I'm like, what's the fascination? I just, I ask a lot of questions. They get mad at me because I ask questions. I used to be an investigator, so I ask questions. I don't care nothing about all that. I just ask questions. I get on their nerves. I don't care nothing about all that.
What you say, Will?
I don't care nothing about all that.
Yeah. It's my house. She could.
Yeah, I ain't say that.
She ain't going nowhere. It's still my house.
Yeah, that's right.
We just gonna be mad tonight, but we gonna be here.
We be mad together in the bed. I don't care nothing about that. I ain't sleeping on no couch. We gonna sleep right here together. Yeah. And you get mad, I'ma roll over because I can't go to sleep without rubbing your feet.
That's why I was
like the crickets. We like the crickets. I don't care nothing about all that. You can be mad. We've been in the game too long for we sleep separate. You doing all that. You bugging. Oh, I'm going in the living room. I'll be right behind you because I gotta go to work tomorrow. I gotta go to sleep.
Listen, but your wife said she, as a former crash out, she watches baddies to critique it. She says William's wife was a brawler, so
facts.
That's why.
That's fact. She's from the hood. I'm from the suburbs. She's from the hood. I had to learn something different.
Ended up on the street.
I was out. I sure did. Sure did.
Like, we was out there, would say by choice. That's where we wanted to be.
That was a choice.
It was a choice, but that looked fun over there, so that's where I went.
I had to go. I had to get that. I lived that lifestyle. Yeah. It was a choice. But that's why I brought that up. All jokes aside, I made a choice. So I made that choice to live like that. Not that I had to, but I chose to because it wasn't peer pressure. It wasn't that. There were some things I needed to do. I had to get out of there. So I did what I had to do to get out of there. You see what I'm saying? Because, during that time, that wasn't a thing I did. I knew people who sold drugs and did all that stuff, but my mom had a massive heart attack when I was in college. I had to leave college. So I did what I had to do to get back because I knew if I stayed, I'm going to jail, I'm going to kill somebody. Or somebody going to kill me. So I did what I had to do. And I don't glorify, but I share that story because you can get out of anything you want to get out of it if you want to get out of it. Right? If you want to get out of some things and you want to do something, you can do it if you want to. Right?
Right.
Like I said, my wife grew around in the hood. She was she's straight hood rat. You know what I'm saying?
You're in trouble.
Right. Come on.
She know it.
Hey, switch the subject for this man.
Listen, no disrespect to her, but she was straight hood. She had to do what she had to do to survive. She's the oldest of 8. Right?
She said
6 brothers. She got 6 brothers. Right? So she had to do what she had to do to protect her younger brothers. Regardless. And I seen her be, I'm a college student. I met her and she did some stuff my first night there. I was like, wait a minute. wait a minute, we can't be doing all that. I said, what's going on? What's going on? Look, her neighborhood, man, the dude, broad daylight, walked up on the porch and started letting off in the house. I said, did you see that? She said, no, and neither did you. Right? Right? So I'm like, look, okay, well, we gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that, so we come from opposites, but we the same because we've been through different things. But the choices that I made to be where I'm at now is, I thank God, but my mom did a lot of praying. She
But
did
you
a lot
know
of
what?
praying.
We lived it. The kids today see it and want to imitate it.
Yeah.
Like that, I'm telling them, because you're not it. Because
No.
I'll tell you what we did.
You ain't built like that.
You talking about it, and you might act it one night. This was reality for us every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the times were different too.
Yeah.
It's just like you got these suburban kids want to act like they hard, like the game bangers.
Mm-hmm.
To one of my friends told me, let me take you to the hood. They see and just drop you off. Then the whole attitude, they start crying and everything else. But when in the suburbs, they trying to be a game banger. Because it's so popular. But also, I'm gonna bring this up. Back in the day too, and you guys be shocked at this. Game bangers used to look out for people that saw potential. I was going to join four kind of hustlers, vice lords when I was young. But my uncle, who was head of the vice lords back then, said, "No, you're not. You have a future for yourself. You ain't about to do this mess." And see, that's how our mindset was. Okay, yeah, maybe game bangers for you, but not for this person right here. We'll make sure they go to school. They taken care of.
Yeah. The guys in the neighborhood, those guys used to tell you, look, so I played football. So they're like, nah, you can't be out here like that. I need you to go away. There was those OGs that would tell you, like, nah, this ain't for you. This ain't for you. But you all right. You cool. Just go out there and win that game. Go out there because they betting on the game anyway. You know what I'm saying? But you go do what you do. But this ain't for you. This lifestyle is not for you. I don't see that in you. You didn't have to go through all that. Even though I grew up in the suburbs, you still had drugs in the suburbs. You still had peak killings and stuff like that. My wife cracked jokes about where I live at all the time. But it ain't as prevalent as it was where she grew up at, but it was there. Because crime is everywhere. Oh, yeah. I don't care where you go. It's everywhere. So, but there was people in the neighborhood that said, nah, we got to get you out of here. We got to get you out of here. Because we want to talk about you on a different level. You know what I mean? So, and you just don't have men doing that no more now. Everybody, that's the loss in our community. We don't have people encouraging people. You don't have to do that, Even if they are in that lifestyle, they're not encouraging young people not to join that lifestyle. Like Jim Jones, he talking about it's all right to still, he's 50 years old, he's still talking about gangbanging. What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense.
I remember kids used to walk older women from the bus stop home to make sure they got home safely. People, like you said, people in the neighborhood used to look after each other.
Yeah.
Community, a village, and they broke the village up. The village is definitely destroyed.
Because
we got to put it back together. Talks like this will help put the village back together, though. This is good talk.
But you know, I love the strong women in the community. They talk to you any kind of way too. I know your mama. I'm gonna tell everything. Okay. And when you get back home, you'll get the worst whooping in your life. Because that neighbor saw what you did. And she will make that phone call. Like you said, we didn't have cell phone. That phone rang. You know you're in trouble. I thought I got away one night because the phone didn't ring until after 10 o'clock. But yeah, like I said, community. We need community back. That's how we can become strong again in business, in finances. There's no reason in today's world we should have messed up credit. There's so many resources out here for us to continue to make excuses why I cannot be successful here. I can learn it, so I can build a car on YouTube.
But they do have to be taught that, because there's a lot of people that don't know that they don't know, and they stuff.
You're right.
And I can even see a lot of times, even growing, at these things that go on, and I'll be like, damn, I didn't know that. And but how you didn't know that? You just have to look it up. I said, I didn't even know to look it up. It just didn't come.
Right.
And so information is not passed on like it used to be, just in conversation, because it ain't uncles and dads around having that talk, seeing the little boy, like, come over here, let me tell you something about that. Like, we don't have that no more. We used to talk to the bums, the crazy man on the street. I talk to him every day.
Yeah, they know a lot.
Yeah, but nowadays the crazy man, the parents like, you stay away from him, or you get on from around here, whatever it may be. Like, times it's just different.
Yeah.
It was different.
Wow.
I love the barbershop, you know.
Oh,
I you know, that's still one of the places where you can go, and I you know, sometimes I don't even go in to get a cut. I just go in for the conversation.
But it got to be an old school one, because most of the barbers now is 20 years old.
And they're doing something else.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of barbershop, I'll see if we'll get at least if I'm able to pop off one question from y'all homework assignment. But I want to play this video real quick, and I want y'all feedback, although I'm sure this will probably take us to the rest of the night. But let me
it's almost past my bedtime. Shoot.
Okay, I want to play this. I want y'all thoughts on this.
We both been scarred. We both been hurt. We all need therapy. So can we be a safe space for one another? Can you teach me how to love you? Can you teach me how to be compassionate to you? Can you teach me how to be the man that you need me to be? And I'm going to teach you how to be. Because what we got to realize is I come from one environment, you come from one environment. It's impossible for us to see the world the same way. But if we don't talk about it, will we ever walk the same way? I come from where I ain't about no love. My hard work was love for me. Get up in the morning, do this, do that, that's love. You got a roof over your head, that's love. You got food on it, that's love. You come from a whole different environment than him. So y'all come from two different environments. The only way y'all gonna meet down the middle is y'all talk about what y'all came from, what hurt y'all, and now y'all can help each other move a little forward. We gotta exceed our own expectations. We both been traumatized.
That's what I said earlier. Like you can't come into a relationship thinking you can teach that person how to love. You gotta love yourself, and then know your self-worth and be happy. You gotta make yourself happy. Then you come together, and then you can talk about that stuff. But my job ain't to make my wife happy. She got to be happy. She got to be happy within herself, and then we bring our happiness together. That's not my job to make her happy. So, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, William. You know, acceptance, like accepting who you are and what you are, you know. And until that, if you try to come into a relationship and you haven't really accepted, you know, who you are, then yeah, the first thing you want to do is, you know, you want to change someone else, and where the change needs to come from within first. And once you accept who you are, it's so easy to accept someone else from where they came, even if it's so different from where you come from, you know. Um, but yeah, I think that first step is recognizing and accepting um, whatever your malfunctions are, whatever your our shortcomings are, you know, and just accepting where you are. Not saying that you don't want to progress further, but accepting, you know, where you came from. These are my roots, and this is my thing. And once you do that, I think it's much easier to accept folks who come from a different background than you.
I
You know?
think I come from a different perspective. And what I mean by that is that I think he was sharing, I might heard something different. We all come from a different environment, what love is. Like he was saying, I was taught love is the bills are paid. You have a roof over your head. That was love to him. That's how he was taught. Now she was taught something totally different. And for them, when they had that conversation about how what love means to them, then it can also grow as a couple as well. Because I ran into that problem too. With my uncle and my aunt, they come from, like you said, one's hood, one is not. My uncle was definitely hood, and people were surprised that they got married. Period, because she was a VP at AT&T, and my uncle was a hardworking thug, smart man, engineer, but he had to learn how to love her softness, and she has to learn how to love his, what word I'm looking for, not just his strength, his edges,
His roughness.
roughness. Thank you, his roughness. But when you two are together, I mean, you can feel the love. You really can. But we all come from somewhere different, and we all love different. You can't love everyone the same way. It's just my 2 cents.
Somebody put in the chat, his name is Trap, and they say Trap, a soldier's dream, said trapping Tuesday every week. His story is incredible to hear. Thanks for that. I will have to dig into that to hear more about him. But I was loving what he's saying. Like, there's brokenness on both behalf, both parties. How do we take that I'm going to use the word transmute that energy into something positive if we want to work in each other's life? I mean, be in each other's life. Because, a lot of people go into a relationship looking for somebody to heal them, fix them. I think I heard you guys say earlier, make me happy, make somebody else happy, when people fail to realize true happiness first starts within you. No one else can make you happy. So let's just go ahead, debunk whatever people think about happiness, okay? Happiness is an inside job. Only you can make you happy, okay? Now, to get to that happiness may require some work that you may not want to do, but it's necessary. But again, gentlemen, any more thoughts on this video?
It's better than the last one you had last month. That fool.
Yeah.
I think on the video though, he just said what doesn't happen no more. That's just communication. Like, people don't talk no more. Everything's a text, and you can't get emphasis or content or context from a text. So everybody's from different parts. Everybody, even if you grew up in the suburbs, you probably had different lifestyles at home. So people don't communicate no more. There ain't no, let's sit down and talk about each other and how we grew up and what you like, what you don't like. It's more or less now what we finna do. What can we do?
Text message. I make that mistake so often. I'm like, you misunderstood my text.
I prefer to talk. I'm old school. Old school.
Yeah, because they can hear the inflection in your voice, what you really meant, compared to a text. Like, hold it. Oh, he got an attitude.
And talking requires thought. It requires looking at your partner or your environment and reading and growing. There's nothing in texting, or even say like dating on apps. It's like, how am I supposed to talk to you through text and I don't see you, I don't use none of my senses to get to know you. So it's just
now that's a whole nother monster right there, because you can use and with the limited information, and then by the time you meet the real person in real life, you be like, you done been catfish, you done been.
But even the same way, if I meet a girl and all we do is text, is like we said a whole bunch of words, but we didn't tell each other nothing.
I like that. No, you're right. No, communication is pivotal. What you gonna say, William?
I'm just saying, I talk. My wife, they all, and my kids and my friends, you talk a lot. Hell yeah, because I remember back in the day, you had to use that dime to go talk on the payphone to talk to the girl, right? You couldn't talk at your house because the phone bill, you had to pay to talk on the phone back in the day. You couldn't be on the phone too long back on that little roller that.
Listen, even in our 90s, you had to talk after 11, and you couldn't be on the phone that long. You were getting late, so we had to get it out.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, I'll wake my wife up in the middle of the night just to talk, to say something. And I'm not saying that because it was on my mind. I need to talk about it because she needs to hear it, and she needs to help me process what's going on, right? That's the communication that's missing, right? You know, I mean, I don't want to wake her up, but shit, who else I'm going to talk to, right? Who else I'm going to talk to?
But y'all
you
got
call
the
me, Will. You
communication
can call
from
me.
y'all got the communication from the beginning, so she know you.
Exactly.
So it's not a bother. It's like,
it's not a problem,
mean, baby. Yeah. Nowadays, the couples don't know each other, so the slightest thing is, how dare he or how dare she? Like not nigga, but this is me. What's happening?
That's the missing part of any type of relationship, working relationship. I just want to share this one example. I had this experience at work this week, and I'm in a female dominant field here in Virginia, and I'm the only male supervisor in my job, and it's a whole bunch of women, and you know I could deal with that. I'm not intimidated or anything, but you know the littlest things they call the director and don't include me. We just had a meeting about how to communicate. If we see something, we supposed to address it, and they just went off the rails just to cause a conflict. I'm like, I got work to do. You ain't got no work to do. You so worried about what somebody has on, or it's dress down Friday, right? And you making a comment to the director before she comes into the building. I get called into the office, and it's like, you need. I was like, huh? I've been here since 7:30. Nobody said anything to me. So those are the things that, like, come on, really? And then that also proves to me what your lifestyle is outside of work.
Yeah.
What you dealing with at home? You coming home and they got mates. Now, I know who did it, but they got mates, supposedly, right? So that means they going home. They ain't talk to them. They drinking or they eating some chicken wings. They ain't communicating because you don't know how to communicate at work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got an issue with me. Why you sending an email? I'm right there. I'm 2 doors down. Come holler at me. Let's dialogue. See, but what they don't want, and I have to be careful because I'm the only man there. So my words or my responses can be misconstrued as being aggressive, right?
No.
And you know what I'm saying? So what you say? No.
He said no.
but I'm going to respond. Don't think you can say whatever you need to say. So I got to process before where I work at. I have to process before I make a response because I have to be careful because I am a big black bald dude. And even our black women are intimidated by me, by my education and by my knowledge of certain things. And then my statue doesn't make it even better. You know what I'm saying?
They call that male toxicity or something now.
Why? Because I responded?
Yeah, because you have an opinion.
Yeah. I'll take that every day. Call it what you want to call it, because you know I'm not gonna let anybody. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. Nobody gonna stymie me and who I am, and that I'm very educated. I like to laugh and I joke, but I'm very intelligent. I know what I'm doing. I'm confident in what I do. I'm good at what I do, and I can't let nobody take that out of me, whether you black, white, or whatever, because those women at work ain't doing nothing for me outside of work, right? So I got to show them better. I can tell them, right? So now I'm competing, right? Now I'm on a different level than that. And I've been doing this for 30 years, right? So, and people are intimidated. Some women are intimidated by that, black women and stuff like that. So they trying to bait me into certain things. And if I wasn't paying attention to that, you know, I can go off the rails, right? So it's all about communication, man. And like, I think a lot be easier if people don't be afraid to communicate. Just tell me what's on your mind, and we can work it out. It ain't got to be contentious. Don't have to be none of that.
Well, you know what? If I can interject, I think part of the problem is, you know, think about it from back in the day. Like a lot of times, especially in the case of kids, right? Kids were taught to be seen and not heard. So a lot of people lost their voice. And I do think people are finding it more and more, but but the sad part is sometimes when they find it in a negative way versus finding it in what I want to say an emotional, intelligent way, constructive way. They find it in, a negative criticizing, and that's a problem. And those are issues that need to be fixed, because first of all, thank you, Octavia. Yeah, these are things that need to be fixed. They need to be fixed. But I want to ask this question because it kind of hit this table tonight. And so I see look, the questions will carry on to next month, so that's fine. But I want to ask this question. If studies show that 80% of millionaires are married, why are we having such a hard time producing married couples that are staying married?
Because the women want to be the man. Listen, women don't like hearing that, and other women tell them it's not true. But when it comes to men and men talking, it's like y'all women is. Don't no man want to be married to you. You always thinking you're gonna tell me you equal to me, or you could talk like me or do like me. I married you because you're a woman. We balance each other. It's like the yin and the yang. But if it's two men in here, why do I want to be married to that? I get my strength from you. I don't you have to challenge me at every corner. And we hear that a lot, but a lot of men also are afraid to speak on it because they don't want to upset whatever woman in their life.
Exactly.
Or whatever woman they think they're gonna get. And so men are slowly losing their power, and women are gaining power when that goes against nature. I don't care what situation you're in, you have to. Nature governs everything. So when you start living outside of nature, nothing is long term.
Goes back to Adam and Eve, like I said earlier. I'm just saying. I love. So I tell when people ask us how did y'all stay together? What made y'all stay together this long, right? I said, because in a relationship, ain't no such thing as 50-50. Whoever said that, there's no such thing as a 50-50. Sometimes she may do 90-10. Sometimes I may do 90-10 or whatever the numbers are, right? But at some point, I have to make an executive decision sometimes, right? And she has to agree with that. And I make that executive decision, but we talk about it. But at some point, I gotta make that executive decision. When it came to my health and I was down, who had to make that executive decision? I couldn't be that one. She had to make that executive decision. You need to sit down somewhere. And we got to do this. We got to do that. So you can be here. I need you here. I need you here. And I say the same. I need you for this ship to keep going. I need you. And most men don't want to say that to their woman and put it out there like, look, I get it. You want to be heard. But I need you for us to be successful. And us to have longevity. And us to make a good example for our children. I need you. If they don't see us working together, and we have disagreements, don't get it twisted, But now that we later in life, we in our over 50, I ain't got time for all that now. You know what I'm saying? I want to enjoy life. We done did the struggle stuff. Now I'm trying to enjoy stuff. So if that's why you don't have too many married couples, because like Shelly said, nobody wants to say it and put it out there. I don't care about your feelings right now. This is about life. Your feelings don't come. That's secondary to what we got to do as a couple. We know we love each other and our feelings are our feelings, but come on, man. What we doing here? What we doing?
Daryl, as a coach, what you say to this?
What was the question again? That's what I was about to ask.
If studies show that 80% of millionaires are married, why are we having such a hard time producing married couples that are staying married?
It all, from my personal perspective, is men no longer want to be married anymore. They no longer want to deal like Shirley said, the nonsense, the mess. I hate to say this. Sometimes women don't know when to shut up.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Plain and simple.
Rhonda.
Like he said, sometimes men withdraw, want to even have an argument with you. Okay, baby, you're right. And that's the issue right now. A lot of men, rather now men want their peace now. Well, I was talking about women and their peace. Men want their peace now. Hey, like they said, I can do that all by myself. I don't even want to bring me down. But also, people got to realize this. When you're rich, millionaires and billionaires, you think they faithful to their wife? Do you want to be in that type of relationship? See, that's the thing they're not talking about right there. Most men of wealth have more than one woman. Plain and simple.
But I think this question is saying if the two salaries combined produce millionaires.
Okay.
Why are we having why is there such a division, whereas people are not making the connection? Like, dang, okay, I understand.
So listen here,
but it's wealth. It's a wealth issue.
On a neutral position.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
men, we work hard and get money to take care of a woman, to be able to provide a house, to be able to provide for our women. That's the only reason we want money. Women make money so they don't have to depend on a man, and they can have their own. So like I said, it's going against nature. So the two were not on the same page no more, where it's like,
right, together
we're stronger. Men is like, I did this for you, and women's like, I can do it by myself. So like he said, men is like, have at it. It ain't even a prize no more because half your business is on the internet anyway. So what am I proud of?
And plus, one thing is that men mindset are totally different. What they bring into the relationship, they don't leave in relationship. It's out there now. You will get half my stuff. Why do I want to get married? Even though the statistics shows that when you have wealth, you have more assets, you have more investments, your health is better, but it's not trickling down to other men and women, because these type of individuals are setting their mindset, especially when you get to a certain age. When you see red flags early in a relationship, you're so used to being by yourself, you're single. Now when you come together in any type of relationship, it's you two be butting heads. Who's going to be the leader? I've been doing this all by myself for the longest as well. Even though the numbers said this, right now, certain individuals don't care about the numbers. They're seeing other people, that the men give up 50% of everything. They see men stressing out about trying to take care of their women. There's just so many different perspectives we can go. But my thing is, I want to be married because there's so much value in marriage. But like you were saying, we're talking about there's a conspiracy going on about marriage. That's all it's about on TV, on social media. With the Bachelorette shows, Housewives in Atlanta, all this mess. So people mindset are totally different about marriage. And then you see the pastors and preachers. They ain't faithful. Okay. So a lot of people are just turned off about it right now. Even though the numbers are correct, and I believe in those numbers, it just has not trickled down to, as I said, the average person. Because
I'm sorry. I can share this because I think I'm the only married man married on our panel, right? And I talk a lot about stuff. But I got married, and I think me and my wife got married because we come from broken families, right? We come from a broken relationships. My mom was real old school. To death do you part. That part of your vow, my dad wasn't no good for her. He stymied her. She sacrificed all her dreams to take care of her man and her family like she was supposed to, right? So I wanted to be different. I saw it. I didn't want my kids, if I had kids, to go through what I went through. I didn't want to argue and fight like I saw my mom and dad do because of money, because of his alcoholism, because of all that. I wanted to be different. I wanted to see how it worked for me. And I can tell you, a lot of my friends is on their second marriage.
But
I'm the only one out of my close friends that may still be married. And they still love me. I love them, love their ex-wives and their new wife, whatever. But it's only a few of us that's still married to the first person they got married to.
but
And
you
I take
also
pride. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, I take pride in that because I didn't want to be like my dad.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want my relationship to be like my mom and dad because my mom was not happy.
Right.
She was not happy in a relationship, but she said it was taboo to be a single Black woman with 3 kids in the 70s and 80s. That's how she felt.
But
right?
it was. And
It
you
was.
got married, like you said, it's been 30 years. You and your wife were both grew up in an era where we were programmed to mate and be married. Our shows was Fresh Prince. Our shows was, marriage shows, school
Good
shows.
times.
Right.
Good
So
times.
even if you're on your second or third marriage, the mentality for man and woman was find you a mate, get married, start a family, be successful. Today's generation, and for the men and women that didn't get married during that time, to someone with that mentality, the mentality is not the same. So the like Daryl saying, the desire to be married isn't as strong anymore because it's not programmed in us one to be married, because all the shows are single shows and who could do this and who could do that, and it's not programmed in us no more because there's no reward no more. We see that marriages that do end, it could be way less more marriages that end, but the woman takes half. So men aren't incentivized to get married no more unless it's to a submissive old school woman, and they don't make them no more.
Unless you go to Africa. I hear a lot of
Or
African
you can almost go to any other country. But here, they don't make it where women are like, my man's the leader, I'm equally as important.
Right.
And I'm gonna do what my man say or not. And see, women take that so wrong. But if you think about it, and I tell women this, my daughter this, all that, in any situation, I might go ask my homeboy, dang, what should I do? He gonna give me his advice. Go ask the preacher, what should I do? He gonna give me his advice. Go ask my lady, what should I do? She gonna give me her advice. My decision is gonna be what my woman said. I'm gonna just go back to the homework and be like, yeah, I decided last night. So women don't understand they still have that power. We just was, the timing is just different. It ain't like 30 years ago where, like you said, we have Fresh Princes and Huxtables and different worlds where we was happy to find us a woman. Now it's women want to be the baddest and the most independent, and men is like, I know how to cook, I know how to clean, I got my own house. What's the reason? What are you bringing to me? That's why the question is, what are you bringing to the table is so big now. Because like, I do it all myself. What are you bringing? And women's like, well, I do it all myself, and you don't do it yourself. You pay your own bills. That's what you're supposed to do. But if you need the pipe break, you call a plumber. He's a man. You get in trouble, you call the police. He's a man. You need the car broke down. You go to the mechanic. He's a man. So you don't do it by yourself. They just been brainwashed.
Yeah, and it's not that people hate love. They want to be loved. It's just the fear of being divorced, fear of losing everything, the fear of destruction. So more people are just starting to, like you said, focus on themselves, focus on the career. That's why you see a lot more couples getting married, even having children, 40, 50 years old now. They want to get the professional career out there first. And then they think they're set and stable, but they don't realize anything can happen in a marriage. But right now, people are looking at career first. They want to travel. They want to have fun. They want to focus on themselves. It's all about me now. Marriage it's not my concern right now. If it happens, it happens. I hear this conversation a lot.
But it's kind of for the women because, like I said, as a man, we hustle and work to provide for our women. If women already have it because they put the education and career first, as a man, like, I don't want to move in with you, or we both got a house. I'm not coming to your house. I'm still a man by nature. And so women is like, well, I'm not finna give mine up. And so it's like you say, what's the incentive now? I'm not gonna be less of a man so I could have you. I'm chilling by myself. And there's so many men now that don't have nothing. They entertaining these women and being at home and being kept, that women think that's majority of men, and it's not. And that's why they ain't happy, because y'all got these dudes you take care of thinking he gonna change, and he preyed on you. He was waiting on that. Then you get a man, you're like, it ain't happening. It ain't happening like that. She's like, you ain't gotta tell me that John want me. Yeah, John gonna sit up under you and hope you go buy him something and have three of you. I'm letting you know what it is. I'm gonna take care of you and be with just you. Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah. People just don't trust relationships anymore. That's all. That's all. What it's all about. They just don't trust.
Well,
And
I would
also,
like to think.
how many people seen healthy love too?
Say that again.
How many people have seen healthy love?
Yeah,
Love.
I think that's right. There's not a lot of modeling out there for like marriages, you know. It's just so many people are living apart. It's not, you know, people aren't getting married, and if you don't see it, you aren't willing to invest in it because you're not familiar with it. Right?
Nice. Okay, well, I'm going to bring this in, and I want to acknowledge these last two comments. It was put in the chat. Feminism brought the 50-50 propaganda. And then it was also added, the husband is the head of the household and the wife is the neck. So, good stuff. Good guys. I love y'all. I do. I love y'all. This was a really, really, really good conversation. As always. Like, what you say, Rondi? Head in
Yeah, head and the neck. I'm like, okay. So you controlling the head, right? Is that
Right.
okay? All right, yeah.
But the head is making a decision based on what the neck let them see.
Because
You need each
the
other.
neck be all.
It's too much neck. That's why half these men is too much neck.
That's why they sassy.
Yep.
Yeah, too much neck. Yeah, you better sit down and be still.
Hilarious. All right, good stuff. Okay, so let me bring this in. Alex, are you with us? Are you still with us? Think Alex would.
I'm here.
You here? Any final words? And tell the people how they can get in contact with you.
You can type in Alex, the financial guru, all one word. I'm on all major platforms.
Okay, nice. Thank you. Any words, any takeaways from our talk tonight that come to mind? Any final words?
Final, just to chime and step in. Final words for me is, as you know, my colleagues and peers have said numerous times, there's really a disconnect between the male and the female. And, you know, I like the one question, which was, well, if I was a millionaire, you know, how come all these millionaires are married? And the one reason that men that are millionaires are married is because the only thing left that they're missing is the woman. So of course that's going to be important for them. That's the last piece of the puzzle. Versus women are taught you don't need a man. Men are taught you need a woman. Just make sure you take care of her. So it's just two different teachings, two different things. And you know, as long as we can get the men back in the homes, you're going to realize there's going to be a major increase in ministry. That's what I call relationships ministry. So sorry.
I love it. I love it. And I want to thank you, A Soldier's Dreams. Great insights from our kings. Love it. So, guys, we appreciate you guys. And no, I don't know if this is a good time to say it. So, William, any final words, any thoughts that come to mind, anything you have for the people? And also tell them how they can get in contact if they desire to.
Get me on Facebook. In my email, www.ward128@gmail.com. But and I'm on the social platform, but I'm not on it like that. But I think my final thoughts is that, don't be afraid to be in a relationship either, right? Can't be afraid. If you want peace, find that peace. If it's by yourself, it's by yourself. But if it's with somebody, it's with somebody. Like I'm at the stage of my life, and I did a lot of stuff when I was young. I was reckless, and I'm cool. And I found somebody that just wants to be with me, and I want to be with her. So I'm cool. I'm at peace. Find your peace and protect it. That's all. That's a lot about my mindset now. Is like I just want to be peaceful and stay healthy. I want to see my grandkids get married. I want to do all that, or whatever they want to do. It don't necessarily have to be married, but I want them to be able to be healthy, and that's where I'm at. That's the final thought. I don't know. I don't know. It's been deep. We laugh and joke, but I'm real. It's real important to me about protecting my peace. And I really found that out just lately. My peace is at home. I'm at home. And I like being at home, But I like going out, but I like being at home. I'm at my peace here, around my family, around my girls, around my wife. And, she got to force me to get out the house. So, but that's it.
And I gotta acknowledge that's a beautiful thing. And see, with the separation that's between the male and the female, if people really understood, one, again, it starts within you, and you can also attract that in your life. And then when you have two together, that's really what the question was saying. 80% of these millionaires are married, and that wasn't just saying a man or a woman, that's just saying two people together. And that you can create the most harmonious, the most fun, have either Netflix and chill or go out and travel. It is so much fun when you do it with somebody else. Now, hey, sometimes life may call for you to be by yourself. It is what it is. But I just feel we need to create these environments and these spaces like the brother was saying, you broke, I'm broke. Let's bring this back together. I'm sorry. Rondi, my chocolate Buddha. What final words you got, and how can the people get in touch with you, my man?
Final word is 2 YNs don't work.
I was ready for that. I was
Go
not
ahead,
ready
Rodney.
for that.
You done learn some new abbreviations.
Yep. And that's all I'm gonna be saying now. YN this, YN that. Whoa, you ain't nothing but a YN. That's right.
Woo
We go.
woo woo
Yeah.
woo woo.
Whoop, whoop. We're gonna be YN it tonight. YN. Yeah. This ON don't learn some new stuff, right? Yeah. But yeah, just I keep it simple. Just do the work on yourself. Do the work on yourself before you ask someone to change for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. Just on social media, Chocolate Buddha Wellness, our Chocolate Buddha Yoga is my website, and our Rondi Isaac. All right, and I appreciate y'all.
Rondi, I appreciate you too, but Rondi, I gotta say, your vibe tonight, you've been so chill. I'm like, is Rondi high? I'm like, Rondi in California. Then Rondi. Tonight you have been super. You already have a calm demeanor, but you've been so calm tonight. I'm like, Rodney is in California. Weed is legal out there.
Yeah.
Shoot,
I
we-
was
we-
I was over at my brother's and I thought this vitamin was mine, but it could have been his, and who knows what I, I am I am feeling a little, hey.
I see it. I see it.
It was that
Right,
tea you was drinking.
No, he had
right.
that gummy. He's talking about that vitamin.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this must have fell out my pocket. I'm like, huh, and I took it. I'm like, oh. Yeah, I've been like this all night long.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yep,
sir.
I got it from a YN. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. You got it from a YN.
Got it from YN.
Got it from a YN. Shelly, my man. Shelly, what you got for us and how can the people contact you? Whew. You muted, Shelly. Shelly, you talking, but you muted.
Okay, I'm gonna say this to stay on subject of the conversation. When it comes to happiness and love, I think when you want love, you got to find someone that you love them for the way they are, not how you want them to be, flaws
right.
and all. If you find that, you'll be all right. I want to tell Alex, because I just heard him say he's a financial guru. I need you should have changed that subject long time ago, because I need to learn about some money around here, and I think everybody listening need to learn about some money. So make sure you back and we can stick on the financial side. Me personally, Facebook, I'm Shelly Sims, which I typed in my name. It's about 18 of them, so look for me. My thing is real estate, of course, and I think I'm finna get on a mission to make sure more of us are homeowners, because people don't understand the value of that for your future and making your decisions when you own property and you got something to work for till you make better decisions and your future's set. You can build in your savings. So a lot of programs out there, and people who don't think they could be homeowners, you can holler at me and let's get some homeowners in here. Email is butter3d@gmail.com. And I think my final piece of advice was not advice, it's in my piece, but I always say, if you don't like the life people live, then don't take the advice from them people. So be careful who you listen to. So that's all been my skill. If you ain't living the way I want in the future, ain't really too much you could tell me. So that's that.
All right. Good.
Shelly, I need to reach out. You need to reach out to me. We gotta talk. I need to talk to you.
Definitely. I'm a for it. I change because I gotta go to town. What's your email though? Tell it to me real quick.
It's
I'll text it to you.
Yeah, text it to me.
Okay.
Okay, and good night, and thank you guys,
night.
and I'll see y'all and
Peace
all
out.
that good stuff they say.
All right, good stuff. All right, and lastly, Daryl.
What's that noise? Someone gargling?
Alex came unmuted. I muted him back. Daryl, final words on the conversation, and also let people know how they can reconnect with you, especially in the midst of the chaos.
Well, it's very simple. Men need to be men. Men, we need to take back our community. We need to teach our boys how to be men, how to be respectful men, how to be educated, hardworking men. We have to take back our community, plain and simple, and stop making excuses. Stop expecting someone to save us. Only we can save each other. And you can find me temporarily on Facebook under Daryl Lamar. You can find me on TikTok as well, and Instagram at TeachDTeach. Also, you can find me on YouTube at Daryl Holloway Hughes as well, till everything gets back to normal. My relationship coaching business, you can reach me at Daryl, DARRYLE, at teachdteach.com. And the website's the same thing. It's www.teachdteach.com.
Nice. Thank you so much, guys. Yes, Octavia, I agree. This was a great show. So, guys, thank you so much for your time. And just my services. I am, for those who don't know, I am Tammi B. I am a coach, spiritual mentor, and transformational speaker. I would love to work with you one-on-one or be part of your event as either a panel guest speaker or MC. You can obtain more information about me at www.thassawoman.com. So, as always, with much love and gratitude, I thank each and every one of you for being with us this evening. I thank you, my panel. Thank you, guys. You guys are so awesome. I couldn't do this without you guys. Alex, thank you for being here with us as well. To our viewers, again, I invite you, if you're not part of our community, join us by subscribing, as we are here weekly at 7:30 p.m. Eastern with new content. Also, for the free 99, yes, the free 99, please support us by dropping a comment and or giving us a thumbs up, by clicking the like button, and share this with others. Help us to expand our reach, because these talks need to be heard by the masses. So please help us with this journey, okay? And also, next week is the week of Thanksgiving, and yeah, next week we're not going to be here. We're going to take a break. So I, in advance, I want to wish everyone a happy, healthy, blessed Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time. Find those things to be grateful for, because listen, you're still here. So that's the biggest blessing of them all. And so, and practice that self-care, practice that self-love, because you attract you in relationships. But we not one day I'll have Coach D talk about that, because when people really understand that, you can change who you attract into your life. So enjoy your holiday. Also, by the time you guys see me again, I will have hit my double nickel birthday, because on Saturday I turned 55. And if you follow me on social media, in fact, my pictures just came through, but I don't have time to show them. But I did a photo shoot this weekend, so I channeled my inner model. So follow me at thassawoman, THASSAWOMAN, and you can see my pictures when I start putting them up. And in honor of November being Gratitude Month, I'm going to leave you with this. Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express gratitude for what you have, the more likely you are to experience more things to be grateful for. Stay amazing. Peace, love, and blessings. Good night.